Hello, and welcome to Math Matters. I'm Mrs. Parker, and today we're going to learn about unit rates and proportional reasoning. The following activity is based on Graham Fletcher's 3-act tasks. During today's 3-act task, you should be able to use a unit rate to solve a problem that is proportionally related. Before we get started, go grab paper, pencil, and a calculator to work along with us. To get our brains thinking about math, we're going to do a warm-up activity called Which One Doesn't Belong? Look at the 4 pictures. 3 of the pictures go together in one way, while the 4th doesn't belong. There aren't any wrong answers as long as you can explain why. Are you ready? Which picture doesn't belong and why? Here are some ideas. The top left doesn't belong because it's an analog clock, while the others are digital. The bottom left doesn't belong because it's in the 8 o'clock hour, while the others are in the 9 o'clock hour. The top right doesn't belong because it tells us that the time is in PM, and the others do not. The bottom right doesn't belong because the minutes are at 32 minutes, and the rest are at 31. Did you think of more than me? In a moment, you're going to watch a video. As you watch this video about the clapper, I want you to think about things that you notice and things that you wonder.
1, 2, 3, 4.
What are some things that you notice while watching this video? I noticed that the video showed him clapping for about 14 seconds. I noticed that there were 3 different cameras filming. Now, what did you wonder while watching this video? I wonder how long he clapped for. I wonder how many times he clapped. I'm sure you noticed more noticing and wonderings than I did. Now we're going to make an estimate. How many times will he be able to clap in 1 minute if his speed stays the same? How many claps do you think he'll make? Before you make an estimate, think about an estimate that is too high as well as too low. Think about the video and what you already know to make your estimate. When you are thinking about your estimates, remember to think about the reasonableness of your estimate. An unreasonable low estimate would be 25 claps because we saw him clap more than that in the 14 seconds. An unreasonable high estimate would be 1,000 claps. This is unreasonable because he would have to clap over 15 times per second. What is your estimates? Think back to our question. In order to solve this problem, you need to know some information. What do you need to know in order to answer this question of how many times he'll be able to clap in 1 minute? First of all, you need to know when he started clapping at a consistent speed. He did not start clapping until about 5 seconds. Another part of information you need to know is how many claps he did over a period of time. At about the 13-second mark, he clapped 107 times. Now that you have this new information, try to solve the problem. Use your paper, pencil, and a calculator if needed. Remember his clap doesn't start till around 5 seconds, and that he claps 107 times in about 13 seconds. Also, use what you know about unit rates to help you. Start working on the problem now. If you're having a hard time, that's okay. Think about unit rates. A unit rate is the rate per every 1 unit. We are talking about claps in seconds. Think about how many claps he makes in 1 second. How would you find this out? We know that he clapped 107 times in about 8 seconds. The unit rate would be how many times he clapped in 1 second. Now take some time to find the unit rate of how many times he would clap in 1 second. Then use it to solve the problem. How many times he would be able to clap in 1 minute. Now work out the problem. Now we're going to watch the final reveal. It's okay if you aren't exact, but how close do you think you got?
1, 2, 3, 4.
He clapped 104 times in 1 minute. Before we go, let's reflect. How reasonable was your estimate? What might you do differently next time? In today's episode of Math Matters, we learned about how to use proportional reasoning with unit rates. Can you think of places that you might use unit rates in your everyday life? I'm Mrs. Parker. Thank you for watching, and have a great day.